Simple geometry tells you it's impossible to make a curved line out of plastic blocks with straight edges. But that's exactly what Nathan Sawaya does every day.
I see the world in rectangles. Sure. I actually, focus on all sorts of details. Just looking at your face, I see how I would build it out of brick. I travel a lot, and so I'll see buildings from all over the world, and when I look at different buildings, I think, oh, this is how I would do that.
Lego has been around for 6 decades. The Denmark-based Lego Group began producing their widely popular interlocking plastic bricks back in 1949. Nathan started playing with Lego when he was 5 years old, but it was a childhood disappointment that inspired him to take his building to a new level.
When I was about 10 years old, I thought it was time that I'd get a dog. So I asked my parents, can I have a dog? And my parents said, you're not getting a dog. So what did I do? I tore down a huge chunk of my Lego city to create this Lego dog. It was life-size, very rectangular, very boxy, so I called it a boxer. But it was one of those very first aha moments when I realized, wow, you could really build anything you want out of this toy. If I wanted to be a rock star, I could build a guitar. If I wanted to be an astronaut that day, I'd build myself a rocket ship.
And with that flash of insight, he just kept on building and creating.
I don't think there was ever a point that I didn't feel like I should be playing with Lego. Even in high school, I would come home, and still build with Lego bricks. I took Lego to college. I kept it under my bed in my dorm room. My roommates never knew about it, but I had Lego bricks there just in case I needed them from time to time. Even in law school, there was a point where I built a replica of my law school neighborhood on my desk when I should have probably been studying.
Life as a corporate lawyer did not put an end to Nathan's passion for Lego. Where others might go to the gym after a long day at the office, Nathan would come home and sculpt with Lego. He was encouraged by his family to launch a website displaying his work. Through that, he discovered a clientele that not only wanted to buy his work, but also wanted to commission pieces. His customers range from magician David Copperfield to Newsweek magazine.
I would work a full day at the law firm and then come home at night and have a full slate of work to do for commissions. I realized, wow, there's a lot going on here. So it was really the day that my website crashed from too many hits that I realized, okay, time to put the contracts aside, no longer be a lawyer, and pick up the bricks and just be an artist full time.
And so, for the last 10 years, he's managed to turn playing with his favorite childhood toy into a very successful international art career. In fact, the sculptures he creates with Lego have captured the attention of art galleries around the globe.
At first, I was kind of getting shunned by galleries because they kind of just laughed at what I was doing. You're using a child's toy, I don't know. It's not really what we're looking for. And now I've had those same galleries knocking on my door saying, all right, we'd like you to show with us. So it has taken years to get there, but it was a bit of a process, having doors slammed in my face to now they're asking me to show. Once I started putting emotion into the piece, once I had figures tearing themselves open and Lego bricks are spilling out, people started shifting their point of view a little bit. And then when I got my first solo show, I had an art critic come in and do a critique of the show, and they recognized that this one piece was just Nathan Sawaya phoning it in. And I thought, you know what? They really got it. I was so excited that they took it so seriously. This was one of the first times an art critic had ever reviewed my show, and they took it so seriously to say, this is good, this is good, this is phoning it in. They recognized it. They knew where I was coming from. that it was a big moment for me. Now I would be devastated if they said something like that. But back then it was really amazing that they got it, even though it was negative.
Nathan's works now sell up for $20,000 a piece. Many of them are autobiographical. Cracking Up is a reference to his lawyer days. Yellow shows the challenge of making the transition to artist, while Red is a portrait of the self-made artist. And shocking self-portrait? Well, that's simply Nathan himself.
But I suppose I really draw on my personal emotions, personal journeys. That's where I've got a lot of my inspiration from. I think a lot of my pieces have to do with transition, and that's just my path. There's a lot of metamorphoses in my work, and I've tried to use that as a basis.
Through it all, Nathan has held on to a childhood innocence. That helps his work connect with a certain type of collector.
It is definitely opening the art world up to a whole range of kids that have no idea they're being exposed to art. But I have collectors who contact me and say, listen, Nathan, I have a Damien Hirst. I have an Andy Warhol. My kids don't care. But then I bring home a Nathan Sawaya, and they're so excited about art for the first time. I think we'll see a whole Lego art movement in the next few years, just based on the sheer number of people who contact me and say, I'm going to be like you. I'm going to use Lego in my artwork. I'm going to try and do what you do. I wouldn't be surprised if in 5-10 years there's a whole Lego art movement.